All right, Burnsville Psych, here is part 2 of Freudian theory. And let me do this. The reason that this one is worth talking about is that, if you notice the little bubble here, this is the writing part for the unit test that is coming up. So understanding these concepts is going to be critical. So let's get into it here. When we talk about Freud and psychoanalysis, we've kind of been through this and talked about it in different ways. Should be no surprise at this point that some of the key ideas related to psychoanalysis and Freudian theory have to do with the unconscious mind. So the three ideas here kind of end up flowing together at a certain point and kind of working off of each other. So we're just going to run through these quickly again. Let's start with unconscious motivation because I think that is the place to start. Freud says that our behavior is determined by desires, goals, and internal states of which the individual is unaware. When you are looking at these notes, those drives are right here. Sex and aggression. This is nothing new. We've been down this path already. So Freud says because our behavior is driven by these two drives, sex and aggression, we end up having conflict. And the conflict comes from the fact that on the one hand, we would like to gratify these drives, right? Take care of these urges. On the other hand, we live in a society, and in society we have demands on our behavior that we actually follow the rules. So if I'm walking down the street and somebody gives me a dirty look, my urge might be, through aggression, to punch the guy in the face. But the fact is that we live in a society and we have rules. So you can't just go around punching people in the face that you disagree with or who give you a dirty look. So I will squelch that drive and not act on it. Problem is that there's conflict that comes from that. And the conflict is basically I have these things I want to do, I can't do them. Creates issues for me. How that comes out, good morning. How that comes out is kind of where the other part of the notes come in. So unconscious motivation, conflict, connected to each other. The last idea here, psychic determinism. Psychic determinism is the idea that all feelings, thoughts, and gestures have a purpose. There are no accidents. The phrase that sometimes is used when people are talking about still like that. Oh, that's nice. Phrase that is used popularly to explain psychic determinism is a Freudian slip. So generally with a Freudian slip, what's happening is I say one thing and it comes out kind of sideways and I make a mistake. Didn't mean what I said, but it's kind of funny in a sense. So here's a bad version of a Freudian slip. Good morning, beloved. He is meaning to talk to his wife in a positive way using the word beloved, but his true feelings, you could even say his unconscious motivation, is sneaking out in that slip of the tongue. So he actually says something that he doesn't mean consciously, but maybe he does. So psychic determinism basically says that the little jokes that we tell our friends or those slips of the tongue, that there's something behind that. Maybe there's something lurking around in our unconscious that pushes us to say the little joke. If I see someone that has a new haircut and I tease them and I go, nice haircut, and I go, just kidding, it looks great. That little joke, Freud says, might not be so much of a joke. It might actually reveal a little bit about what's in my unconscious mind. So psychic determinism, unconscious motivation, and this whole idea of conflict and why and where the conflict comes from is part of the writing piece that you're going to have to get to on the next unit test. Thanks, guys.